Hello. All right. So I'm going live because I don't have space on my computer to record what I want to talk about. so, okay. the journey has been amazing as a spiritual girl. Okay. So I wanted to talk about why I don't really subscribe to predictions anymore. Okay. Of course, I'm Astro Truth 777, also known as Addie. Okay. I read tarot and astrology charts, everything like that, right? Now, since the beginning of spiritual time and even just learning about art and just things that have to do with craft and just creativity, I have always subscribed to learning from the elders and just what is naturally occurring. Okay. So this ties into how I have been in my own spiritual practice and stuff like that. I was just watching a creator that I used to like back in the day. I can't even say her name. I wish her all the best. But she would give me so much anxiety and she would do predictions and horoscopes and all that shit. And because I was new to this shit in like 2021, I was like, oh, um, I was eating it up, right? But for whatever reason, all her predictions just gave me anxiety. They gave me anxiety. Nothing ever changed, nothing ever happened, nothing ever anything. And it would also distort the way, because I did one of her tarot reading classes, didn't even finish it because it was all a distortion. It was so distorted. Nothing made nothing made sense. I was like, oh my gosh. So I can remember because she was one of those creators that would be like, you need to pay me more in order for me to tell you more or give you better content or whatever. So she would always talk about medical stuff and tarot. And I was like, oh, you can do that? Like, you can read about that kind of knowledge, right? But you had to pay her more or something. I wasn't about to do that. I'm all about saving my money. I'm Nigerian. I'm about it, and I'm going to save it. I'm going to spend it how I want. Fuck saving it. I'm going to spend it how I want. So anyway, I simply Googled one day at the top of 2022 or at the bottom of 2021. It was winter. Holistic tarot. This ushered me into my new mentor. Shout out to her. Her book is literally called Holistic Tarot. It was about, I don't know, $12. I don't even know how much it was. $21. I bought it. I didn't know what I was expecting, but I Googled it. And then a YouTube video came up and I'm on this woman's page. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm learning about holistic tarot, the origins of tarot, how this is like a science in a way, the art that's in it, just everything. And it has to do with real research. Yes, I'm spiritual. Yes, I'm all this, but I also like to ground these practices into real history, real science, nature, real religious practices, or wherever the roots are coming from, because you can easily be led astray by just being out here and you're not grounded like in any kind of base thing. So that's what started my origin roots of I need to be grounded in spiritual research, practice, all that, because these are people's jobs. You know what I'm saying? Spirituality, you can literally be a spiritualist. You can sell candles, courses, all that. You can do all of that. The internet. I didn't realize there wasn't a like code for this per se, but I will say, can I just say it? Can I hablar? I have two mentors that I have and still do participate in like their whatever the heck. Like I every year I purchase a book. I'm probably gonna purchase not even really a course, but my first mentor is an author and a lawyer. Okay, author and a lawyer. And oh, she's so good at what she does. Anyway, and it always checks out. And in all of her published works, she talks about how just the balance of how spiritual services should be. Even Javia does this too. She feels like you shouldn't have to spend an arm and a leg for this kinds of things. Like it should be affordable. And whenever I think about Javia, I always be like, okay, let me change my pricing. Let me make it aligned. But then once people do book me for cheaper, they're like, why isn't this expensive? So I'm trying to find the balance when it does come to this. So anyway, shout out to Javia. But my mentor, like I love her. Okay, so she was talking about how yes, it should be some sort of equilibrium because this is a spiritual modality and it needs to be backed by like an integrity kind of thing because I'm not here to want to mooch off of your money. Like, girl, I'm a lawyer. Like, and also with my mentor having real indoctrinated practices, sleeps 4 hours a night. Like, this woman is like superwoman. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. God led me to her. So anyway, I just like that she has integrity, real integrity, not just somebody who says they have integrity, but they don't really move with integrity, right? Anyway, also Miriam Hasnail, shout out to her, mother mentor. She talks about how she would talk about how she doesn't do predictions and stuff like that. Because fuck, like, what are we doing that for? She used to do that back in the day, apparently. But what she teaches is how to man your own ground. The world is gonna world. Life is going to be life. But me giving you what the hell is happening is not going to help you with what is happening, because you're experiencing your own life. So I really like how she just talks about that. You know what I'm saying? That's what she teaches. And now I'm coming into more so that right now. Because I'm like, I don't really like when people do the new moon predictions. Jupiter is now in this. This is what's going to happen, this and that. I lived through very consciously my Jupiter return, which is in Pisces all the way up until Jupiter and Gemini. And I thought off of prediction, Jupiter and Gemini, I was going to be getting married. I was like, yes, it's going to be my time. Okay. Didn't happen at all. Actually, what happened was something completely different. Okay. I went through more so of a body kind of journey and self-worth, confidence, like something else got activated in my second house and it didn't have shit to do with getting married. Okay. That's why I don't like predictions. Because you can have like, okay, this could be what that is, but once you actually really live it and learn about progressions, you learn about solar return, you learn about actually how things are actually transiting the house and what's actually being highlighted and stuff. Like you learn about these things. That's what happens. So by progression, maybe this will happen this year. I don't know. But either way, I've been inspired to just tell everybody I'm engaged. Well, not everybody. The guys that I don't want to talk to. I'm engaged. Period. So, like, my eyebrows look so fucking crazy. I did do them a while ago, but they look so, like, thin. I mean, they are, but they're there. Oh, how crazy is this? Yeah, I got a new eyebrow pencil. So, I swear it's like shedding my eyebrows off or something. Because usually my eyebrows be giving, but they're not giving right now. Anyway. And I don't even know how to do the face. Like this. Anyway. Yeah, I don't really like predictions because that shit don't even really matter. Predict for yourself And even then, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So I like to take life as it comes, and we can talk about different things. But far as horoscopes and stuff like that, I don't really care for them. No. A reading is completely different than an horoscopo. Horoscopo. Okay, it's very much different to me because a reading, you and that one person, you all are there, energy is present, you can read it, talk about it, all that. Horoscope, when you're doing the whole, it's a little different. And I don't really like that because you can literally change the course of somebody's life from that shit. Like when it was giving me anxiety and stuff, and this girl was doing all these damn videos. I mean, I could like, and I was living by myself. I could just feel this weird energy, and I was like, "Oh my god, is that gonna happen?" And I remember when she said, "This is what really made me stop trusting in her words." Gen Z, and this was at the time when it was like, COVID or whatever. Gen Z, it's like they don't get a chance, and they're gonna feel so bad. Oh, that pissed me off. It pissed me off because I was like, bitch, what the fuck do you mean? I mean, what do you mean, girl? Like, I can't live my life. I can't have my dreams because it's too late because of what just happened in the world. Like, it was so crazy. And this was like one of those pick a cards. It I mean, I didn't have no dreams or goals for like 2 whole years. Like 2 whole years, I didn't believe that I could do anything with my life, G. Like it was so bad. To the point where I saw 2 shooting stars and I didn't know what to wish for. Like I wished, of course, still very general, very much tapped into my heart, didn't know what was in it, but I tried. you know because everybody could feel it coming back into reality after 2020 was something, especially 2020 winter, and then getting into 2021, and then that summer, and then the next summer, like 2 years after 2020, energy was still weird and stuff, and then 2023 was probably like the last weird-ish kind of year. But you're back to work. You're back to planting seeds. You're back to reality. And things are supposed to be the way they are. Sad thing about that is within the spiritual community, people really thought 2020 was going to be the new reality of forever. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I had a crazy dream last night. I had a crazy dream about mold being everywhere and so many different things. And the hood healer might be right about that. Okay. I don't know why I had that dream. But I do feel like when it does come to mold, this is just a random detour. When it does come to that, because she swears that's going to be like the next pandemic. When it does come to that, that has already been a thing. Some people's homes are so darn old, they don't have enough repairs on them and stuff. That's already occurring. Some gyms, it's already occurring. Some places, it's already occurring. Like, it's not going to be a whole full blown kind of thing like 2020. I don't think we'll ever see anything like that ever again. If anything, we're going to see more displacements, okay, because of these new cities that are trying to be erected and stuff like that. Just like it's going into like that kind of direction. Things with food, trying to put things in, like I see that. Dr. Berg was even talking about it, like, but a lot of people in the spiritual community really thought they really thought they had a handle on all of this stuff. I'm telling you. And it was so weird. And of course we're tapped in, like, oh, we're watching. I need to know what's going on and stuff. What was happening at that time, content creation and everything, you could have been set right now. I mean, if I knew what the hell to do back then, if I was crocheting back then or just making the content that I make now back then, I would have been okay. If I was reacting to everything back then, if I was having these conversations, if I just had a pocket, like, but I wasn't ready at the time. I wasn't who I am today. Okay. Yeah. So I don't like predictions. I don't. Some people could be right, but as far as I'm concerned, I too receive things. I mean, to the point where this girl, and I'm talking about this one creator, okay? She had a podcast and she had some other spiritual lady come on there talking about the end of the world. The host of the podcast, which is the girl I'm talking about that does these predictions that will literally fuck up your life, she was like, I already know what the end of the world is going to look like, period. And I'm telling you, we're not on that timeline. She was basically saying that. I was like, yeah, girl, tell her. And the other lady, the guest, she was like, no, it's going to end in 6 years. And this was in 2022. When she made this podcast episodes in 2022, talking about in 6 years. And this lady was old. She was like 65. And she was already talking about the end of her life. She was like, yeah, 6 fucking years? That pissed me off so much. Because then I'm like, what? Meanwhile, my mentors is talking about being mentors by the time they're 85 and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, so the world isn't ending. Like, telling you, 2020 made everything, time, space, everything feels so fucking so weird, like a shroom trip. Like, oh my God, it's gonna end. Oh my God, stupid. I couldn't believe I believed that. Because then the host of the show, she was like, it's not gonna end in 6 years and everything. And she just had a baby. She wouldn't have had a kid if she believed that it was gonna end in 6 years. But yeah, that old lady, she lived her life already. She's 65 and ready to go. Literally, like, that episode was so stupid. I can't even tell you anything else from that episode. But yeah, I can see why people don't like the spiritual community. But then let me tell you as well. The spiritual the relationship, dating, red pill, hypergamy, what is it called? Manosphere. Those are also kind of giving the vibes of the spiritual community too. They're their own little cults. They're their own little things. That's why it would pay you to learn about yourself, to know how to man your own ground, your own mind, your own everything. To also understand why certain things were the way they were as you were coming up, from somebody who has like a cultural, like, what do you call it? It's called something. I'm thinking of elders that has that elder kind of ancestral kind of like backing to it. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about just the elders. I'm thinking about the old way. Okay. Those who taught us the things that work for today, think traditions that are passed down, like stuff that is trusted and backed. Yeah, they have a lot of energy. Like that. Because these red pillars, did they heal their mother wound, their father wound? Did they, like, what is going on? Because that's the same thing even in the spiritual community. Because girl, where are you getting this information from? What is it grounded in? What is it backed in? Who are your guides? Because I'm feeling anxious watching this. I'm feeling led astray from this. Like, I don't believe it. As woo-woo as I can be and am, some shit don't make sense when it don't make sense. And I can be an adult and admit that. Like, I'm not falling for it. I too am not falling for it. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about that. Period. That's how I feel about that. Like, girl. So yeah. Um, please and thank you. Watch out. I love a good conversation, understanding different things, different perspectives, understand like something that's grounded in the betterment of the whole and people not trying to be cash grabbers. Because that is a thing. Even in the spiritual community, especially in all these things on here. I mean, I like I bought a book from somebody, ebook, that was like $14 and it was only 23 pages. Or 32 pages. $14? $14. I have books on my shelf right now that are over 90 pages that probably costed $9. What are you talking about? So, people, I'm just not with it. Period. I'm just not with it. When people want to create bull crap for nothing. And the book really didn't have nothing new in it. I probably received like one page of something new from this creator. Other than that, it's just repeated nonsense. Even the stuff that I get now, that is over 50 pages. It's it's probably a 75-page book, which is the smallest book from one of my mentors. It's probably 100 some pages. It's not even 75. Anyway, somebody's in here. So yeah. Some books that even cost $12. More than that. More than 32 pages. So I'm like, I'll never buy nothing else from this girl. I'll never. And she's one of those, but I'm just not with it. I'm really not. Come get a reading. Come work with me. Let's get into these books. Let's learn. Like, because you do have to learn how to man your own ground. You know? So yeah, these cash grabber content creators out here that ain't got no cap. No chill. And this is also another thing. It's like gaslighting in the spiritual community. They're like, if you don't get it from me, then you ain't getting what you want because you got to get it from me. Bitch, that pisses me off. That pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. I wish my mentors would talk like that. I don't wish that they would talk like that. But they're grown enough to have freaking common sense that if I'm promising you something that could or could not happen, what's that gonna make me look like? And even back in the day, they'd be like, oh wow, don't mess with those cards, don't mess with the spiritual person because they're gonna tell you something and then you ain't gonna have it. Like they'll say stuff like that and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my God. Why is that reality? Some of these people, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I like tradition, learning about what makes sense. Yeah. Science, certain things, real things. So, period. So yeah, I'm just glad that, I trust who I trust within the spiritual community. And sometimes we don't need to know everything that's going on. I get it. People want predictions and all that because of what happened in 2020. But the real wholehearted gag at that time, you could have really built a freaking empire. And a lot of them did. A lot of them did. People were able to buy homes, become millionaires. That was a time to lock all the way in. Even in 2022, it was all the way up until 2022. I feel like that was like the window. That was the window for that time, for that energy. Now there's a new window, and it's right here and now, and that's so much weird shit. Cause I'm like, dang, I missed my chance. But I wasn't. If I was who I was today, back then, okay. But yeah, I wasn't. So I don't even know what the hell. Like, dang. At all. Confidence, looks, how I'm able to just do what I do now. I wasn't me back then. So yeah. I don't really fuck with predictions like that. I don't really care. No. I kind of like that I don't really care because you have way more flexibility to work with what you need to work with and understanding your own intuition, what's coming up for you, what feels right. Um, I also go to the gym. That helps with my brain and my confidence. And yeah, like you have to be an active member of your life and make decisions for yourself and do what you need to do. My mentors even talk about you can't, every move you make, you want to pull a card. Every move you make, you want to check a chart. Every this and that, you want to, no. Even in some of my old school books, they're like, you need to see at least 3 occurrences of this theme in order for it to be a thing, because it could just very well be a weak energy or something that happens once and then probably not again until you're older. Like all that. Man, our brains are so powerful. Your whole life can change just from how you feel and just because of your mind or how you feel. Your whole life can be something different, and it's crazy. You have to be grounded in reality and confident in yourself and in what you want to do in this life. What do you like? Not what the predictions are telling you what you should and shouldn't like. What do you like as a person? Because what may be predicted may be happening to somebody else in a whole nother state. I feel like these electronics too make everything feel like everything's happening so close together. It's not. I just watched a documentary yesterday about how Abalagunki in Ghana is a electronic graveyard. There are so many electronics out there. They scavenge, and it's stuff from like the 90s, 2000s, old stuff, refrigerators, old microwaves. They scavenge to find different parts and they sell them for pennies in exchange for pennies. And then they burn or melt down whatever else is there, but they live there. I'm like, excuse me. There's no way in my body I would have ever thought that even existed. Because where do old electronics go? What's happening in the Congo? They are mining for stuff to put in our electronics. Like the world is so big. There's so many different ways of life and stuff. Madagascar? Real ass Madagascar? Unlivable. There's some rich people there, but I wouldn't even want to be a rich person living there. All that BS there, it's so bad. It's so bad in Madagascar. There's huts. I don't even like life out there. And this is just documentary. Shout out to Project Happiness. Was it him? Project Happiness, and then somebody else went to Madagascar. I think Wode Maya. Man, these traveler vloggers, I'd be like, oh my God. But Project Happiness was the one who was talking about the blind city and the electronic graveyard. And I think Wode Maya went to Madagascar. And yeah, crazy. Not for me. Not for me. I didn't know that these corporations just dump in the biggest continent on planet Earth garbage there. And the people who are rulers of those countries or whatever let them in exchange for money. Because what they could do is build something to help something. I even saw as well too from somebody who's also a creator who's a millionaire from garbage. And they take everybody's plastic bottles, it's mostly bottles, and it turns into money somehow for them. Like what? And that all started from a decision this person made. It wasn't no prediction, no none of that. The garbage gotta go somewhere. It's gotta get turned into somewhere. There's this one creator in Atlanta. One creator in Atlanta. He turned plastic into diesel gas. And it is so freaking cool. I think they are even doing that in somewhere in Africa. Because we still need gas. Like that's like a thing. It's just so cool. There's things that are happening that I'm just thinking about right now. Like, whoa. But anyway, I thought that was crazy. And yeah, like he's making gas out of plastic. That's gonna be how the world's gonna have to be. Because even man, people in the comments were saying, yeah, that's where all the car batteries are going. And it's effed up in Africa how they're trying to be a little bit like all the white countries, and they're like, yeah, we have electronic cars and all this shit. No, what y'all niggas need to do, because y'all already got a lot of going on over there, start making not non-renewable sources, renewable sources so that y'all can fill up y'all cars with that gas. We don't need chargers. We don't need more batteries and stuff, because once it goes bad, where's it going? To the site, to Abalagonki. I don't like that. Man, what's another country I can talk about? There's another country. This is just, I'm really just making a point. The world is way bigger than the main